She sips hers, and a single elegant tear rolls out of one of her tilted golden eyes. It's good for you, she says, to cry sometimes, even if there isn't a reason. Alzina the witch is strange and keeps mostly to herself. Unlike most of the trans girls I know, she doesn't work as a hostess or waitress or dancer or take clients in sleazy hotels. They say that Alzina doesn't work at all. Instead, she stays here in this house, collecting things and casting spells, which she says she sees as her sacred calling rather than mundane labor. Alzina has a talent for knowing and doing things that no one else can. She can tell you what the weather will be like 2 weeks from now, or if you're about to make a bunch of cash on a date. She knows exactly where your good-for-nothing roommates run off to with a stash of your drugs. Alzina can make it rain just by combing her long, thick hair. If you piss her off, the girls say, she can cast a curse on you to make you trip and break your ankle or grow a thick, untamable beard overnight. But the most powerful magic Alzina has is to make someone fall in love. She can do it just by pointing one of her long, slender fingers, or with a glance of her golden eyes. This is the magic that has made Alzina famous among the femmes of the city. Because she'll do it for you if you ask. She'll make someone fall in love with you, anyone you want. They say that when Alzina the witch was younger, she was the most beautiful femme on the Street of Miracles, with her lustrous copper skin and generous breasts. They say that one night she closed her luminous eyes and wished for a handsome, rich man to take her away from the poverty and desperation that she lived in. Someone who would give her a house and all the money she could ever need. And he came. The only catch was he was already married to a nice white lady in the suburbs. Alzina is still beautiful, but her face is covered with lines. There are yellow bruises on her copper skin, a tracery of fingerprints on her throat and wrists. Once Alzina makes someone fall in love with you, no one can make them stop. Alzina takes a lock of my hair in return for answering my question. This worries me a little, but she reassures me that she will only use it for good spells. I gave up curses a long time ago, she says. I'm expecting her to gaze into one of her crystal balls, or consult her tarot cards, or at least read my palm. But she doesn't do any of those things. Instead, she just looks at me as though she is staring through my skull and into my brain. It is a look that makes me shiver and squirm, while the amethyst tea continues to make tears slide down my face. In that moment, I believe that Alzina the witch can see everything about me. She knows that I can't sleep anymore, that every time I try, I get terrible nightmares about zombie policemen. She knows that I can't eat or drink, and that sometimes I shake uncontrollably and fall to the ground like maybe I am possessed. She knows that I am filled with secrets and bloodlust and killer bees, and that everything I touch falls apart. But even though she can see all of those things, Alzina doesn't look disgusted or pitying. She just looks. After a while, she puts a hand on my cheek. Her fingers are cool and dry. You will be able to stop hurting people when you can stop hurting yourself, she says. I sit there, turning the words over in my mind. But how do I do that? I say finally. Alzina shakes her head. Thick black curls tumble past her shoulders in a glossy waterfall. She looks up at her menagerie of strange, lonely objects. The clocks, the jars, the boxes, the dolls, the candles and crystals and cards. Then she looks down at the bruises on her wrists. If I knew that magic, she says, I wouldn't be here anymore. Open mic night at the Cabaret Rouge. What we need, Kamaya says, is a storytelling night. I look over at Kamaya from her sofa, where I've been crashing since everything went down, and from which I've barely moved in that time. A storytelling night? I repeat, not understanding. It's been 3 months since the cop ambush, and the